everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree. A long time no see. I don't think I've put up a video in like 12 days. It's almost been 2 weeks, right? It feels like it's been a year for me. I don't know. I've just been kind of in a funk. This has not been the best month. I'm not feeling very good emotionally or mentally. Maybe I'll do a video on my vlog channel. We'll see. But I want to get back into the swing of things. I love doing YouTube videos, so we're going to do a video today, and I'm just going to talk about all of the things that I loved putting on my face this month. And I would love to know what makeup you loved this month. What did you love putting on your face? What did you keep gravitating towards? I want to know. But one thing I did this month was shop my stash for my powders and primers. I think I'm going to film that video right after this one of the things that worked, what didn't, and what I'm going to keep and declutter. But let's pick out a primer to use. And I think I'm going to go with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I've really been enjoying this one a lot, and I'm liking it now more just using a little bit. Like, for some reason with primer, I feel like I need to put it on my entire face. But I think with something like this, because it's so, like even a big old string, because it's so sticky, I feel like it's better just kind of used in areas where your makeup might normally wear away. I kind of just put a nice thin layer on. I feel like it does prolong the makeup here, because I feel like without even realizing it, we do a lot of facial expressions throughout the day, especially if you're eating and drinking. Like this part of your mouth, like your chin, makes all kinds of weird designs in your skin. And the makeup can kind of wear away in that area really quickly. And I found that it just works. I like it. I'm gonna let this sit for just a sec so it kind of sinks in a little bit. And I gotta change my battery already. So there were a couple of very specific looks that I loved this month. One of them I did film, but I just didn't have it in me to edit the video. If you want to see it, maybe I'll still put it up anyway. It was the makeup I wore for Thanksgiving. It's just like light base. It's what I'm going to show today. Colorful liner. I really like the way it came out, but I just didn't have it in me to edit it, you know? It just seemed like it was so daunting. I don't know. You know how when you're not feeling good, the littlest thing seems like it's the biggest deal in the world and you just can't bear to do anything? Anyway, let's move on. No, let's do eyes first. So the palette, I really love this palette from ColourPop. This is the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer palette. I was gonna do a whole video on this one. I think I still might, because I'm sure it's still available. Or hopefully it still is. We never know with ColourPop, you know? Anyway, the color selection is so pretty, very holiday, but of course you can wear whatever you want, whenever you want. So I'm gonna put this on. I did already put on eye primer. What do I want to do? I think I'm just gonna kind of bounce around the palette. This is normally what I do in the morning anyway. I just kind of go, that looks cool. I'm gonna use this color here called Independent Together. The palette is really nice. The mattes are nice and smooth. Every single color blends so effortlessly and so nice. The shimmers are good. They're not like metallic kind of shimmers. They stick to the lid nice. They all go really well with each other. Like, I think this is a really well done kind of color selection because there's a little of everything in here. You can get super neutral. You've got your little nice green pop of color. There's some nice berries in there. I think it's a good palette for this time of year. But also I'm not really into like seasonal makeup, but there's always certain things you tend to gravitate towards during the seasons, even if you don't realize it. At least that's my experience. And I freaking love this brush. This is the Morphe V205. It's so soft. It's soft, but not that soft where it doesn't do anything, where it's just bending back and forth on your eyelid. It still grabs the shadow, still blends it nicely. It's a really good brush. And I went to Ulta to buy another one, and I ended up buying this. I bought the wrong brush. You can see this one is so much bigger. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I grabbed it out of the wrong slot. This is the V204. I mean, it's still a nice brush, but it's not this one. It's a little longer, a little fluffier. I actually don't even think I've used it yet. I'm gonna go with the shade Little Buck. It's this nice, rich brown over here, a nice matte. I'm just gonna do that out here in the outer corner for a little bit of depth. But what have you guys been up to? What are you doing? How was your Thanksgiving? If you celebrate, if you don't, how was your Thursday? Did you do any Black Friday shopping? I've only been Black Friday shopping one time. And I remember going just to go. I remember, no, you know what? I remember working still with Walgreens, but I remember working at a different store, and that store, the shift that I worked was till midnight. And I remember at midnight going Black Friday shopping, like going to stand in line at the store. Do I remember what I bought? Yes, I bought a popcorn maker. Was it that good of a deal? Probably not. Because I feel like the store, even if there are no good deals, they're just going to be open anyway, just on hopes that somebody might go in, you know? I remember going Black Friday shopping another time. Me and my boyfriend did. Is this the time I went right after work? I don't know. All the memories blend together after a while. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. This is the shade called Snowbank. Ooh, look at that. So shiny and pretty. Anyway, we went to Best Buy, and I don't even think we were living together yet. I don't think we were. I think it was just like, you know, a fun date type thing to do. Because I think he's the one that came and picked me up at work. Anyway, we went to Best Buy. I don't remember for what. I think my boyfriend wanted SD cards because they were going to be like a good deal. And Best Buy was packed. We got there, got the SD cards, and we were like, ooh, there's not even a line. That's crazy. No one's in line yet. So we went to get in line, but the reason we couldn't find the line is because it was around the perimeter of the entire inside of the store. The line was literally people lined up against the wall across the entire store. That's why we didn't know the line was there, because they weren't just from the registers. We immediately put the stuff back that we had and then we left. I think we probably went home. No, we didn't go straight home. We stopped at a thrift store that had opened up right across the street from where we lived, and it was open. And this is what I was just saying, like sometimes the stores just stay open, you know, because there's shoppers out and about. Why not be open in case somebody wants to stop in and do some thrift shopping? I see a rogue eyebrow. Hold on, hold on. And since I plucked my eyebrows to death when I was younger, they don't really grow back. But every now and then there's one, like down here, that needs to be yanked out of my head. What the heck was I saying? The thrift store. Okay. I got a little bit of fallout. Little bit of fallout we're going to wipe away. That's the micellar water. I've been using this one from number 7, the Radiant Results micellar water. It's in a pump thing, which is really convenient, but it does a little quacking every now and then. Okay, so we went to the thrift store that was open, and the people there, well, it smelled like weed. It smelled like weed so strong in the store. So I'm guessing like they were just there hanging out, which is fine. We're walking around the store. It wasn't that organized. Like sometimes thrift stores, you gotta organize the stuff as if you're at a regular store. Like here's the clothes, here's the dishes, here's the books, here's the music, here's whatever. This one just looked like they just had boxes and they just dumped the boxes out however. Like it was a mess. It was a mess. It was crowded. You had to step over stuff. It was a little much. But my boyfriend found The Shining, the book, first edition, sitting there, and I want to say it was 25 cents. So, made out like a bandit on Black Friday after all. Okay, top part of the eye done. I think I want to put a little more depth in the outer corner, but we'll see how everything else turns out. So, foundation, now that that primer is kind of sunk in, I cannot put this down. The Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation. I bought this when it came out, and I used it for a little while. I did a review on it, and I put it away. I was using other stuff, but recently I pulled it back out, and I don't want to put it down. It's so good, and it's so versatile too. So I'm just gonna use one pump. Let me get a little closer. Okay, just gonna do one pump, and one pump really looks like a nice tinted moisturizer with a little coverage. And this does have a moisturizing quality to it. It feels exactly like it says, a skin caring foundation. But it can get a little glowy throughout the day. Like I took some pictures on Thanksgiving. My boyfriend was cutting up the turkey with my grandma, and I was taking some pictures like trying to get the whole group, and I was so shiny. Like I was looking at the picture like, holy moly. Maybe I'll put it up here so you could see, but my chin is mega shiny. but I don't think I put any powder on that day. So you can see it gives the face a nice coverage, tones everything down a little bit, evens it out, but not too much. You can still see my skin through it. You can still see some redness, some stupid tiny little bumps I feel on my skin, and then I'll just keep picking and picking and picking till it's like a big mess. You can still see that. So it's nice, but if you put another pump on top of this or do 2 pumps right away, it's beautiful, beautiful coverage on the skin. But I've really been liking just the 1 pump and then some concealer on those little spots. This is the Kulfi Main Match Concealer. I mean, come on, I've talked this concealer to death. And my go-to lately for concealer is the Dior Backstage Flash Perfecting Concealer. I absolutely love that concealer so much, but I put it in my bag because I was taking it to work to kind of touch up a little bit, and I haven't taken it out since. I've been using it every day at work. So this has been my new little go-to on my face, and normally I just use this on my under eyes, but it's really good for the whole face too. Just gonna bounce this around. And I have really been liking the Real Techniques, what is it called again? Brightening Concealer Brush for the under eye area. But it makes kind of a mess. Like the bristles are super long, especially if you're trying to go in this area. I don't want to get concealer all over my eyeshadow. Probably because I just use it like an animal. The brush probably doesn't make a mess, it's me just putting it on like this, you know? Okay, for powder, like I said, I've been shopping my stash for powders, and I've liked pretty much everything I've pulled out lately. More recently, I tried the Ulta Beauty Mineral Powder Foundation. This is very, very similar to the Bare Minerals foundation powder. You know how that one almost makes you look like glossy? Like it looks like it's wet on your face? I feel like this gives a very similar look to that, but I really like the way that this looks on its own without powder. So I'm gonna do something just super light. Let's do some of the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I was gonna say powder foundation. I mostly just want to put powder where I'm gonna put bronzer. That way, you know, it glides a little nicer. Because I don't really want to tone down the shine from the foundation too much. Okay, the bronzer I cannot put down is the Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade Dolce. Dulce, I don't know, I've never known. I feel like it's Dolce. Do they still make this? Let me check. Milani Baked Bronzer. No, they have to still make this. Okay, they do. They do still make it. And I need something on my lips. But I put my... Let's just do this. I need something on my lips. I'm using the Vaseline Creme Brulee Lip Therapy. These little tiny things, I mean, oh my god, come on, these are so cute. But I'm not a huge fan of Vaseline on my lips. It feels good and it works good in a pinch, but it's not my go-to lip thing. Although I've used the heck out of this. And the only reason I bought it is because I was trying to buy something online and get free shipping, so I bought the cheapest thing that was available that could get me the threshold, and it was this. And it's come in handy many times, including today. Not my favorite, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's put on the bronzer. So this is lovely. It is a beautiful, smooth formula, but it has this like gold veining in it with a little bit of a highlighter quality. It's not like a highlighter on your face. Like I barely see the gold at all. I think it's there. It's just enough like when you're out in the sun or in certain lightings to give you this nice glow on your skin, but it doesn't look like you put highlighter on. And of course, the brush. This is the best freaking brush. One of you guys told me that in the comments that this is the powder brush from Wet n Wild. I still haven't gone over there to buy the brushes like I said I was going to, just because I can't bring myself to do it, you know? Everything feels so heavy. Anyway, I love this brush. It's so freaking good. So yes, brush, awesome. As I was just looking at the brush, I forgot to cut my nail. I broke my nail yesterday and I didn't go like file it or even it out, so it's just all jagged. When I tell you that I love this brush, I'm not exaggerating. It's so soft and smooth without being super soft, you know? I feel like I've been trying to describe that super soft feeling for a while and I never can really do it properly. But if you have overly soft brushes that do nothing, you probably know what I'm talking about. This is not that brush. It's the best. It's the absolute best. And I think Allure put this in their Best of Beauty thing. I'm pretty sure I saw it online. If it was this brush, I don't know, but I saw this brush in one of the pictures they posted. But I didn't read the whole article yet. I miss Allure as a physical magazine. I'm a big fan of physical media. I love a magazine. I have a whole collection over there. Watch, let me do a quick picture to show you a snapshot of how many magazines I have. Okay, there they are, all stacked up. There was a point in time where I had over 1,000. I literally, because I counted it, I would organize them all the time. I knew them. I had like encyclopedic knowledge of all of those magazines I had. But one time I was moving and I was moving by myself and I just couldn't, there was just so many. It was so much, it felt like such a burden. So I went through every single one. I kept the articles I wanted. I still kept a lot, obviously. And that's only one stack that I showed you. There's probably 4 back there. But I love them. There's a lot of magazines that don't exist anymore that I wish did, like Allure. They don't make a print edition anymore, which sucks. But, you know, everyone's got to evolve and move on. And I'm sure being online for them is just fine. Okay, this blush, I can't put it down. I can't put it down. I pulled this blush out, I don't remember when. Was it like a blind picking I did or something? It's the Ulta Beauty Mineral Blush in the shade Calla Lily. So these blushes from Ulta are so insanely underrated. Maybe they're not, I don't know. I never hear anybody talk about them. But every time I say that, I'm like, no one ever talks about this. It's because I don't watch anybody. I don't really follow a ton of beauty stuff online. Or at least like beauty people. I have my favorites and that's kind of it. But anyway, this is a beautiful formula. Again, smooth, like super finely milled. It has a really soft quality to it. You can build it up to whatever you want it to be, but it's not so pigmented that it's scary, but it has good pigment to it. Like, look at my face. And it has a nice little sheen to it. Like, it's a really soft satin formula. So good. So good. But these are one of my favorite formulas of all time. But this color in particular, I think I've worn it every day. I think I've worn it every day this month. Okay, this highlighter. I always feel so crazy without eyebrows on when I have everything else on, but we'll get to that. This highlighter, I can't believe how much I love it. Before I bought this, I don't remember the last time I bought a highlighter that I was obsessed with. I have highlighters I'm obsessed with, but I don't think I bought a new one lately that was like super impressing or anything, or nothing really looked appealing to me. But this freaking highlighter from Anastasia, it's the Glow Seeker highlighter in the shade Sun Idol. I think there's only one, but it's called Sun Idol. I mean, from the packaging, look at this packaging. It is so stunning and it's weighty, like it feels good in your hand. And then you open it, ugh, look at this. Oh my goodness, still haven't taken off the sticker. This is just so freaking pretty. I think I'm gonna swatch it for you. I keep wanting to do a review on this and I keep forgetting because I want to go through all of my highlighters and see if I can find a dupe for it. But here it is. It is smooth. It is pretty. It's like a beautiful gold. Obviously this is a heavy swatch, so it's coming off a little bit. I mean, no, it's not. It looks good. It doesn't have any sort of weird undertone to it, so when you put it on, it doesn't look gray or ashy or funny in certain lightings and, you know, when you turn your face and stuff. You can go light with this, you can go heavy. It is just an absolute stunner of a product. Like, Anastasia knocked it out of the park with this. This is the best highlighter I've ever tried from Anastasia, and I honestly thought this was just gonna be a re-promotion of the, what the heck's that one they had? Amrezy. I thought this was just going to be the Amrezy highlighter, you know, re-promoted and stuff, which would have been fine. That's a good one too. But oh man, there's something about this one that's just on another freaking level. So I'm just going to go in here and swirl it all on. Like, this is a highlighter that when I put it on, I want to color in my whole face. I'm like, oh my gosh, let me just put some down here too. My whole face needs it. It is so pretty. It looks good in any crappy lighting that you have at work, in your house, in your car, the bathroom, wherever you are, this highlighter is gonna look good. And I love that about it because there's nothing more disappointing than when you're getting ready in the morning and you're going, ooh, ah, to yourself in the mirror, going, oh my God, look at that highlighter, it's so pretty. And then later at work, you're in the bathroom washing your hands, whatever, and you're checking your makeup in the mirror and you're like, that looks awful. Like sometimes highlighter looks so dull and flat, like just some random powder on your face and it looks weird. This doesn't do that. It's so freaking good. Like, and I think this color would look good on any skin tone. On any skin tone, I think could pull this off. There's just something so special about that shade that I literally think anybody could use this. If you've tried it, let me know. Let me know if you love it as much as I do. Okay, I'm gonna throw in some eyebrows and then we shall finish up the eyes. And of course, what I'm loving this month is my normal stuff, the Rimmel Kind and Free Brow Pencil. I'm almost out of this one. This is all I have left, this little tiny nub. So I'm gonna use that. The powder I always use from IT Cosmetics from their beauty book from last year, the NYX Brow Glue, and BRB. Okay, brows are on, and I do think I wanna do a little bit more darkness in the outer corner. So I'm gonna go back with that shade Little Buck on my brush and kind of just lightly dab it because I don't want to disturb that shimmer too much. Just want to like just deepen it up a little bit, enough for me to know it's there, you know. I was just watching, I actually watched it, I've probably watched it like 5 times at this point. I listened to it again when I was in the shower earlier. I love the video that Jaclyn Hill just put up. I haven't followed Jaclyn Hill for a while. I liked her for a long time, but it's just she talks so fast sometimes. I don't know why. You know, sometimes you just gotta click with someone to keep watching them all the time. Anyway, I checked on her channel recently and she did, I picked up the wrong shade. She talked about quitting alcohol and how it's changed her life, and it was so inspiring. I've literally watched it multiple times because I've always wanted to do that. But there is a lot of societal pressure with alcohol, and she talks about that in the video. The video, it's not such a heavy video, but she's keeping it light, but she's keeping it really, really honest. But everything she talks about, I'm like, I want that. I want to feel like that. And she even mentions that in her video. She watched a Tom Holland podcast, and then I went and looked at the Tom Holland podcast. She was watching it and thinking to herself, I want to feel like that. I want to feel mentally sharp and clear. And I think that is really cool when somebody wants to make such a big change in their life like that and actually follows through. I don't know how many times I've told myself I'm going to change things in my life and I never do. But that was just so inspiring. I liked it a lot, a lot, a lot. And if you've watched it, let me know what you think. Okay. Ooh, I really like that red on the lower lash line. Makes me look a little sick. Definitely got to put on some black liner. Speaking of black liner, I think the liner's in my purse. Hold on. Okay, the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade 0. I have had this for a long time, but I love it. It's such a good black pencil. I was going to swatch it, but I don't want to. It's dark, but it's not so black. You know, sometimes there are black liners that look a little much, especially if you have a lighter eyeshadow on. It's like, dang, you got some black liner on. But this one's like a perfect in the middle. Like it's black, but it's not so stark black, you know? Cool. Black liner, it just grounds an eyeshadow look like this, you know? So I'm gonna put on some setting spray, and of course I've been using the Morphe Continuous Mist. This sounds like it's almost empty, but there's always something that comes out. Let's do a generous misting. I just love this stuff. It has such a good scent too, like it's very recognizable. It's not like perfumey or anything, but it's a nice, fresh, it's just nice. It's just nice. It doesn't linger. It goes away once it dries down. It's not too strong, doesn't smell like alcohol or anything. It's just a nice scent. Love it so much. Ugh, I sprayed it all over my face, so of course it got on my lips and I licked my lips. It smells good. It doesn't taste good. Ugh. Okay, mascara. I'm loving this mascara from Maybelline. So I'm using 2 Maybelline mascaras today. The Sky High is the one I'm going to put on my lower lashes, but the one I really want to talk about is this one, the Surreal, the Falsies Surreal mascara. I also filmed a whole review on this and I haven't edited it yet. I haven't edited it. I don't know why. Maybe I'll do that today. I just can't. There's a phrase I'm looking for that I can't remember. I just can't be bothered. That's what I'm wanting to say. Can't be bothered. I have very important scrolling on my phone to do, you know? Okay, the Sky High on the lower lashes. And then the Falsies Surreal on the upper lashes. This is just such a good mascara. It has a really good brush. You can feel it combing through your lashes. It's very lengthening and I feel like it's slightly volumizing, but it's more lengthening and separating. But holy moly, is it good. I haven't noticed it transfer, smudge, smear, or flake at all. It does remove a little bit. You know what it kind of removes like the Sky High one does? Like it needs a little bit more massaging with the hot water, a little bit more makeup remover, but not enough to make me not want to use it. It just kind of holds on for dear life and I really love it. And I swear that the Grande Cosmetics mascara grew my lashes out, so I feel like they're longer than ever. And then this mascara just lengthens them so much. It is on the wetter side. Like as long as I've had this, it's still wet. It's still a wet formula. I was expecting it to get a little bit dry by now, and you know how mascara kind of changes over time as you open it and close it and put the wand in and out. The air gets in there and kind of changes the formula a little bit, but this one hasn't changed at all. In between coats, I do fan it down just a little bit to help it dry because it is so wet, but it builds on itself really, really nicely. It doesn't clump my lashes together. It's not, like I literally can find no fault with this mascara. That being said, I have not tried it on the lower lashes. I don't know. I like to use the Sky High because I know for sure it's gonna hold on for dear life. Up close and personal, look at those lashes. I absolutely love this mascara and I bought it when it came out and I didn't use it that much, but I pulled it out now because, I don't know, wanted to get some use out of it and I don't want to stop using it. It's so good and it's so black too. Love it, love it, love it. And that's it. Those are my favorite makeup products this month, things I could not put down. Of course, there are other things I was using a lot, like the Anastasia Sultry palette. I can't put this thing down either. It was a toss-up between whether to use this or this, but I already did a video on this one. It's so pretty. This is one of the prettiest color selections I've seen in a long time. I really wish I had purchased the Sultry palette when it came out, but at the time, this kind of color thing was really boring to me, but now I appreciate it and I love it. It's so good. I did a whole review on this. I'll link it down below in case you want to check it out. But I've been using this a lot. This is a palette I've been really using a lot because I wanted to do a review on it. Maybe I'll film it tomorrow, but love it so much. But I am excited to pick out some new things and to get some new products in rotation, but it's gonna be hard to let these ones go because I just love them so, so much. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to me. Let me know some of your favorite products this month. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss my next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.